Coming to you live on 2K Sports, it's time for NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Last up, and David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the bond between the rookies on this team did not...
Thank you for that, David. And Greg, when you watch Prez and Young out there, they just are always on the same.
A great point. Both are rookies, but they already look like a pair that's been playing together for a decade.
Jazz trail by 4. Exum passes to the Beast. And a hard slam there from Prez to finish off the play.
And that's the athleticism that had him so highly touted coming into the league.
You want to talk about a team just destroying it in the NBA draft? This front office deserves a round of applause with their selections of Prez and Justice Young.
Kevin, great point. Not only did they get 2 good players in the draft, but they got 2 good players that work perfectly together. I mean, you can see the chemistry there already, and I think they have a bright future as a tandem.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
And you can see one team is working hard on the glass and the other not.
The Jazz have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And the Clippers making a change here. Rivers checked in. On the free throw, no good.
Whether they win a title or not or go deep in the playoffs, this has certainly been a fantastic era for the Clippers. Always competitive, the most sustained success they've ever had.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
1:15 left in the first quarter of the game. Back to Johnson. The 3-ball. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
And those second chance points can add up. Griffin kicks to Crawford. Picked by Griffin. To the paint, off the pick. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
I saw that one in Griffin's eyes. He was ready to throw that one down.
Without a doubt, as you said, Smitty, this has been the golden age of Clipper basketball. With this Clipper franchise, a long streak of making the playoffs and having won the division a few times as well.
It means a lot for this franchise. They have been down in the dumpsters for a long time. No matter what this team accomplished, Clipper fans have to be proud of the way this team has played the last half-decade.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Diaw comes in for Johnson. Young is subbed in for Exum. Spates sets a screen. Now here's Rivers. His last outing, he had 8 points. Clock is at 3. There's Crawford with the 3. It's rebounded by Boris Diaw. Feeds to Young. Pass to the Beast. From deep. He can't get that one. Rivers. No good. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Clippers ahead. They lead by 2. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. I've always wondered, guys, how does winning on the international stage compare to winning an NBA championship?
Well, I think every player would love the opportunity to win for their country and for their NBA team. But if I had to choose one, I'd pick winning an NBA championship because you're competing against the best talent every night. But both are great accomplishments, but I give the nod to the title.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers. Guys?
This is almost like a volleyball game when you watch just how many shots they blocked or altered.
Their defense has been a huge factor today. They are just batting away everything in their sights.
So on the floor for Utah, the Beast in a 2-guard. Withy is out there with Boris Diaw, and it's Young, and it's Burks in at the 3, the small forward.
You have to at least get an arm up in the face of Chris Paul when he's going up from outside. He's an exceptional 3-point shooter.
Young pass to the Beast. Nailed from three-point land.
Yeah, I see.
The
Keep the
Beast's
energy
got
up.
5
Keep the
points so
energy
far.
up. Lock 'em.
And for Prez, who wanted so badly to win it all in college, it was a big letdown to lose in the title game. He did all he could, but it just wasn't enough to cut down the nets.
Yeah, but when you look at a guy like Prez, you see someone who uses coming in second as motivation. Sure, he came up short in college, but he's doing everything he can to make sure he gets some hardware in the NBA.
Redick with the bucket.
That's Redick shooting in a nutshell. A quick trigger release once he gets his hands on the ball.
And the fans all love Maurice Spates. He added a three-pointer, Steve, to his game over the past few years. He is now one of the better stretch fours because of it.
And that's hard work. People call him Mo Buckets. Maurice Spates loves taking the three. He lights up, and you know what? His teammates, you can tell when he's taking that shot, they're looking for it to go in.
No good off the front iron.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a whole different ball game down low when this fella's lurking around.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Chris Paul is still in search of his first NBA title. He said he used to think about it as a personal goal. But then he said at some point it clicked and became, we're going to do this. I think all of us are at that point. It's clear he's invested in this team. He said, there's no question this is where I want to be. I want to win. Here. Kevin?
All right, thanks, D.A. He's got talent, and that does it for the first half of play.
All right, come on, guys. Shake it off. Listen, guys, we've got one guy doing all the damage out there. He's getting whatever he wants when he drives baseline. Move your feet and funnel him to the middle. And if he passes, be ready to close out on the shooter. The pressure's on them, gentlemen. Make them earn every single point.
Welcome back to Los Angeles in the Staples Center. The freeways through downtown Los Angeles buzzing with traffic. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Clippers. The Jazz also changing it up. Diaw comes in for Gobert. And it's the Beast in for Gordon Hayward. The Dunkers, Griffin and Jordan are the bigs. Veteran backcourt with CP3 and Redick at the 1 and the 2. And it's Crawford at the 3 slot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And the basket by Diaw.
Doc Rivers is one of the best in the business. His strength as a coach is first, he has a great job relating with the players. X's and O's, he is superb. And I think for him is he does a good job of being able to call plays on the fly.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
The Beast and Utah again with the bucket.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
The adjustments of Doc Rivers, Smitty, you talked about, are what stand out to me. He'll switch who initiates the offense if he feels there's a mismatch to be taken advantage of in a heartbeat.
I think he has a great feel for the game, and he can see plays develop and also on the fly change up the offense, change up the defense, and after timeouts, he's one of the best in the business.
Hill kicks to Diaw. Off target from three-point range.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Crawford. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Crawford's got 4 this quarter.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
And the basket by Diaw. Clippers trail by 3. Dishes it to Crawford. Good, and Paul gets the assist. 6 points for Jamal Crawford.
They are just killing them on the interior.
There's a good screen. Hill kicks to Favors. The Beast passes to Favors. Here's the Beast. No good. Nice D from Crawford. 1:24 left to play in the third. So for the Jazz, their last game, a win against the Los Angeles Lakers.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Their offense came fairly easy to them out there. The D wasn't rushing them to do anything, and because of that, they made a lot of smart, calculated decisions that turned into easy points.
And with that, the Utah lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from J.J. Redick. Utah calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments.
Look, I'm fine with our defensive effort, but I know we could be doing so much better on offense.
So for the Clippers, Pierce comes in for Blake Griffin, and it's Paul in for Jamal Crawford. Then for the Jazz, Withy's checked in for Johnson. The Beast comes in for Alec Burks, and Levins is subbed in for Dante Exum. So on the floor for Utah, the Beast in at the 3. Levins is out there with Young. Then it's Jeff Withy, and it's Diaw in at the power forward.
And really, Young is very efficient at shooting the triple. The D has to be better guarding him from out there.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Spates sets a screen. Ball outside. Clock at 6. Knocks it loose. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Seven seconds left in the game. Rivers can't get it to go. Young. And the miss. So the Clippers with the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Jamal, how did you guys get this win tonight?
We have good players. We have a good coach. I mean, he put us in good positions to succeed. Our players play for each other. We don't care about who scores, and we're a real team.
Yeah, there was a lot of flow out there.